Hey, what's up? This is a demo for an Oggdo killer. This is for a customer who wants to remain private, just a private collector. So I'm keeping his name out of this and is not tagging him on Facebook or anything like that. But I am still gonna do this demo because I like to do these on every saber that I build, good or bad. So this Oggdo killer, I installed it with a Proffie V2. I got CCSabers LED pixels in there, which you can't see because I've got the blade plug in. So let me try to take that blade plug out. I did cut down the blade plug just a hair. I think I cut about 1/4 of an inch off the length. So that way it would still sit flush after I installed the CCSabers. I used the provided PCB holder that Carl likes to send out with this PCB setup. And then I went through here, let me get it on camera, sorry, make sure I can see it. I went through here and I used what I use on blades. I've got like a little pipe cutter that you put this thing on there and you just twist it around on the wheels. So it's a nice straight cut, and then it fits nice and flush in your emitter. This is my own chassis design. So to get to everything, what you want to do is this coupler right here is what unscrews. It's not the handle. The handle's kind of free floating. So you'll find when you get that coupler loose that the handle will move around on you, but it's not what's taking this handle off. It's this middle guy right here. And then you just pull it out just like that. So this is my own chassis design. It says Oggdo killer over here, and then I put Solo Sabers over here. I don't put the speaker in the vents like most people do, and like this saber was probably designed to have. I like to put a crystal up here, and I'll show you how that lights up in a second. But in order to do that, I had to find a place for the speaker, obviously. So I do put the 28mm speaker back here. But in order to do that, because there's just not a whole lot of room in this handle for that, you can see where that diameter change happens in there. It's not very far down. As a matter of fact, this sits right up against it. The drum is in that hole though, and the lining of the speaker hits the side. So there's only that much room for anything in that handle. But in order to get all that to fit, I have to take the battery cradle and put it as far into the saber as I possibly can and still be able to pop a battery in and out. So there's a fine line there of figuring out where that sweet spot was. So because of that, and then I also made the battery cradle just a tad shorter. I make most of them about 3 inches. This one is 2.9 inches, so that extra 0.1 inches helped me out back here. It is a tight fit for your battery. So we're gonna pop it in there. I'll show you how I do that. We'll pop it in there. You gotta put a little bit of strength in it. It goes right in though. And then you're gonna need a tool to pop the battery out. So I use a pair of tweezers. They used to have a rubber coating on them. They don't so much anymore. I still use them because I'm just used to doing it. But if you don't have something like that that's brand new, like a Lego tool or a thick guitar pick would help you out as well. That's fine. You just want to make sure you don't touch the metal, all the metal, right? And then, so I'm pretty careful with how I do this. I've done it a million times. I just keep doing it. I'm cheap and I'm stubborn, so I'm gonna keep these around. This is a 1-button setup. Everything happens from this guy right here, right? So we're gonna throw a battery. Well, let me show you your Proffie board. So your Proffie board is right here. You can get to your SD card and to your micro USB without ever moving this chassis. So programming, whatever you wanna do, you'll find it, that access is right here. One thing I will say though is I do not use my regular micro USB connector on this guy. I didn't bring it out with me, but I have a small one that's at a 90-degree angle. And it fits in here perfectly. And that's actually what I modeled this chassis for, to have that 90-degree angle one where you can pop it right in this area right here. So you may want to get one of those if you are gonna find yourself in this guy doing a lot of different things. I put some sound fonts on here from my buddy Preston over at Syndicate Sound Fonts and some other things so that I could demo what this is capable of. I'm not sure what you're going to end up using when you get the saber. But your spring side inside your hilt here, that's the negative side of your battery. So just remember that, or you can remember your positive side of your battery or as faces the speaker, however you want to do. But so we're going to put this in there like that, and we're going to go down as far as we can and pop that guy in there. It goes in, it's just tight. I made this crystal kind of pulse. I was trying out some different accent things that I could do. I don't know what you'll want to end up doing, but you can do anything you want. You'll find a copy of your config file on your SD card, so you'll know how I set this guy up. One thing I forgot to mention while I was too busy talking about that, while I'm putting this handle on, I'll show you what I do with the handle. So because this chassis is a very snug fit in the handle, while you're tightening up this this middle section back to the hilt, you want to kind of keep your hand back here and kind of push forward on the handle as you're tightening it up. If you don't do that and you're just coming over here and you're cranking on this midsection, this handle might stay in place and these threads might get a little tight. If that happens, just take the handle and push it forward, and then everything's fine. Now you can see your LEDs lighting up in there like they should. Crystal chamber. Smooth swing. This is also where you're going to find your blaster deflex. And then hold it down and turn it off. And then the crystal will go back to pulsing on this one. So we'll go ahead and throw a blade in it. This takes a 1 inch diameter blade. And I'm going to tighten your retention screw down as well. You've got one retention screw on this guy, blade retention, right up here. So I got kind of a little something going on back here, but your crystal on this particular one is matching your blade. And although I did that, just so you know, this crystal obviously it's pulsating, so it's wired independently from the blade. You can program it to do whatever you want. So because if it's a one button to change your next sound font, what you do is just hold down the button for a second and then let go. Like, well, I just changed it just now. We'll go through this one. It's pulsing yellow. I thought that was pretty cool. And then I kept it at a solid yellow on this one when the blade is on. Flash on flash, you know. Blaster deflex. We'll turn it off. Now to change sound fonts, hold it down for a second and let go.
Electro blade.
Electro blade's kind of pulsing blue. But a red blade, and then you just kind of got a little something right here. And crystal right there. And we'll turn this off. Hexagal. This is just a white pulsing crystal. I wanted to just try some different things.
What could you give me? Everything.
And then it goes from a white pulsating crystal, obviously, to a red one to match your unstable blade. And then we'll turn it off. Just like that. So I'll take the blade out, and then we'll just go through taking the battery out as well. You and I are supposed to do a little conference tonight, so this saber won't be going out until tomorrow because I need it to talk to you. So we'll just do the same thing we did. We're going to unscrew this coupler right here. Handle comes right out. Remember what I told you about the tool. So you're going to need a tool to come over here. You go on that positive side of your battery, just don't touch the metal. Try not to. And then pop your battery out just like that. This is an extremely tight press fit down. This chassis is a press fit into this Saber. There is no place to put a chassis retention without just mangling this guy to death. So when I got this and was able to design a chassis when this first came out, my solution to that was just to make the tolerances on the chassis super tight, so that, I mean, I could barely push it in. And that's exactly how I wanted it. So that is your Saber. Let me know if you got any questions. Other than that, I look forward to talking to you tonight. Thanks.